Wonderhussy here in beautiful, lush, tropical Hawaii, or Hawaii as they call it. I've been here for almost 2 weeks, staying at my friend's beautiful house and coffee plantation. He has a Kona coffee plantation. He lives in the town of Kona on the Big Island, which is where they grow a lot of really delicious coffee, and he has a little coffee plantation here that I'll show you guys in a minute. But I just wanted to give you a quick tour of the grounds to show you how beautiful it is out here, and in a totally different way than the desert. I love the desert, but I also love this tropical foliage. Check this out. All these trees and grass and greenery on his grounds are amazing. Totally different from what I'm used to. I mean, look at all this stuff. These crazy giant flowers and giant palm trees or banana trees. I think those are banana trees. We should go over there and see if we can find some bananas. Oh, look, there are bananas growing there. Far out. Yummy. They're still green, unfortunately. They're not ripe enough to eat yet. But wow, oh look, there's some that fell down here on the ground. We could check them out up close. Have you guys ever seen bananas on a tree? This is what it looks like. I gotta be careful. I don't want to walk over there because I don't know if you can see, there's a fence, an electrified fence going in front of it to keep out the wild pigs. That's right, I said wild pigs. Not only are there wild pigs running around here, there's wild turkeys, there's mongoose, there's wild roosters and chickens, there are a ton of feral cats. I mean, this island is teeming with wildlife. But one nice thing about it is no snakes. Look, here's the bananas. I mean, this is on that branch that fell down on the ground, so they're not ripe or anything, but you can kind of see how they grow. It's a trip. Look at these little guys. They're so cute. Let me see if I can get some fruit out. Ugh. It's hard to do this with one hand. I'm holding my camera with the other, but you can kind of see a little banana in there. Bah! Look, we're down here in the coffee orchard, and you can see on the branches of these coffee trees, these are coffee beans. This is how they grow. They're green at first, and then they ripen and turn red, and they're called coffee cherries. See that? And you take the skin off of it, and then this little white fruit pops out, and that's kind of sweet, like a membrane that covers the bean. This is actually a coffee bean. See that? I think they have to go soak it to get this gooey membrane off of it, and then dry it out, and then they roast it and make the coffee beans that you and I recognize. But this is how they grow, man. It's a trip. They look like little cherries, and the fruit is actually really tasty. Oh, For a while they were talking about making an antioxidant drink out of the coffee cherries, because they just throw the stuff away. You know, they just keep the beans. But I'm not sure that ever took off. So just the beans are valuable. Better stop eating all my friend's coffee beans. He's trying to make money off of this. Anyway, it's not just bananas and coffee. We also have, I think these are oranges. Look, there's even pineapples growing here, okay? Did you realize pineapples just grow on the ground like this? All these little shrubby bushes. Look, here's one. Still attached to the stalk, so I'm not going to pick it off. I don't know when they're ripe, but how cool is that? Look, here's one that some animal got to. I don't know if that was a mongoose. I don't think any of the pigs could get to it because of the electrified fence, but the mongoose could sneak right under that electrified fence. Took a big old bite of that pineapple. Yum, I love pineapple. Look, here's a tool they use, I guess, to grab fruit down from the trees. Kind of like a long stick with a basket on the end of it, and like a little claw. So you can reach up into these branches, and I'm not even sure what this tree is. Don't see any fruit in it, but it seems like almost everything here is producing some kind of food. It's amazing. In fact, there's even avocado trees here. I don't know if my friend has any on his property, but giant free avocados just hanging around everywhere. Look at this. Here's a lime tree. I mean, it really is like the Garden of Eden out here. You don't even really have to water everything because it rains so freaking much here. It's It's very hot and very humid. Although he lives up on the mountain, so it's less hot and humid than it is down in town. I mean, we're up on a hill. There's the house. And way down there in the distance you can see Kona town. And it's probably at least 5 degrees hotter down there. Okay, out of respect for my friend, I don't want to shoot a bunch of footage inside his house, even though he has the most amazingly beautiful house I've ever seen. I'm just going to show you a few little teaser aspects of it that I thought were really cool. Okay, first of all, he has all these solar panels up on the hill above the house. I think he gets something like 50% of his power from these panels because it's usually pretty sunny out here. Although, since the volcano on the Big Island started erupting, they get what's called a fog. It's like volcano fog, and that makes it kind of overcast like it is today. Like, here's his house. Looks like a spaceship. It's such a cool house. Okay, we'll just sneak in his house real quick for a few minutes. Look, it's so cool. Look at this koi pond you have to walk across. And what's really cool about his house is it's totally open to the elements. Look. Like, there's not even walls. Just like sliding doors. And guess what else? There's no thermostat in this house. No heater, no air conditioner, because the temperature here is so constant all year. It's just always nice and about 73-ish that there's no need for it. I can't imagine living someplace without air conditioning because, you know, where I live in the desert, it's crazy miserable. This is Hawaii. It's a different story. Okay, and then here's another little sitting area that's just totally open to the outside, looking out over this amazing infinity pool, and then onto Kona town below. Just a beautiful place. Okay, so there's a lot of really cool features to this house, but the best feature of all, in my opinion, is my friend's shower is outdoors. Look how cool that is. I mean, he has this beautiful master bedroom and everything in there. You could have built an indoor bathroom if you wanted. But why would you if you live in paradise? I mean, wouldn't you rather just take a shower surrounded by all these beautiful trees and fruits and flowers? I know I would. Look how cool this is. Whew, I could definitely get used to living like this. I mean, even though it's a little bit humid and my complexion and my hair feel weird, it's beautiful. I feel like I could deal with the humidity. I know people get bored living on these islands because they get island fever. You're pretty much stuck, right? Like, even though where I live, Vegas, is kind of like an island in the sense that it's a group of people in the middle of nowhere for 300 miles in any direction. Sometimes I feel like I'm living on an island, but I always have the option of getting in my car and driving somewhere else. Here, unless I got a boat, I'm pretty much trapped on the island, and I'm not sure how I would feel about that. Even though there's a lot of amazing stuff to do on, this is the Big Island with the volcanoes and the rainforests and the deserts. And I feel like I'd get tired of it after a while. And then I suppose I could go over to Maui and Kauai, and there's amazing, beautiful stuff there too. But just the idea of not being able to get in my car and drive away if I need to, kind of freaks me out. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just going to take a little snooze in the hammock here and enjoy myself. What I really think is interesting about this place and about Hawaii in general is it's so lush. There's fruit hanging on every tree, avocados laying in the road, wild pigs, turkeys, chickens running around. I mean, it seems like if you were a homeless person, you could eat pretty well just off of the land, right? So in a sense, it's a really easy place to survive in. And the jungle or the rainforest is an easy place for humans to survive. Whereas out here in the desert, it's the total opposite. There's nothing growing except for a little scrubby sagebrush. Nothing you can eat. Not even really anything you can drink. There's not even really any shade. Everything about the desert is just trying to kill you. It's the total opposite environment from Hawaii. Hawaii is lush, tropical, easy living. The desert is rough. People are always asking me, wow, what do you see in the desert? What do you like about the desert? It's so brown and dry. It's so ugly. It's so harsh. Well, I have a theory about those of us who love the desert more than the rainforest, the jungles, the tropical paradise of Hawaii. And that theory is us desert lovers are more evolved. And what do I mean by more evolved? Well, I mean that in the sense of your reptile brain, your primeval evolutionary biology brain is just trying to get you to eat, drink, and survive. So your caveman brain wants to be someplace that's lush and tropical where there's avocados and pineapples hanging off every vine, because that's easy living. My caveman brain certainly doesn't want me to come out here. So for me to have developed an appreciation for a harsh environment shows that I'm slightly evolved from caveman status. I don't mean to antagonize those of you who like Tahiti, but my thesis is that desert lovers are just a little bit more advanced than tropical paradise lovers. Now, I love Hawaii, and I hope to go back many times, but I'll always have a special fondness for the desert. As harsh and unwelcoming as it is, something about the wide open spaces, the crazy panoramas, and something about the way it wants to kill you really speaks to me in a weird way. Challenge accepted, desert. Try to kill me. I love you anyway.